What does it mean to be polarizing, you might ask? Well, in this case, it means to have at least two contrasting characteristics in one person that don't seem like they should go together, but they do. So for this episode, we're going to give examples of how athletes can cause a divide in public opinion while excelling in their profession at the same exact time. Whether people love them, hate them, or are caught in between, for whatever reason, there is a consistent infatuation or draw to them. If you're into hip-hop and sports, you're going to dig this. Let's get into it. Some folks don't know how to feel about A-list athletes who are not afraid to be all of who they are in public and express themselves however they see fit. Several it-factor athletes attract the spotlight just by being great at what they do athletically, and others drum up extra mainstream attention on purpose. TV networks like ESPN and all kinds of internet channels provide a continuous cycle of buzzworthy headlines and reports on these players. With day-to-day media coverage running nonstop, it's quite easy for big league athletes to gain widespread popularity because of their skills, personality, lifestyle, or a combination of everything. However, both praise and scrutiny are inevitable when you're a high-profile athlete. Oftentimes, they are unfairly held to a higher standard than the average person, as if we are not all flawed humans. Funny enough, naysayers didn't seem to faze our top 12, as they have gone on to be some of the most recognizable sports figures the world has ever seen. Now, before we talk about what makes these people so interesting and/or controversial, let's check out the stuff that make up Kulture Scale's top 12 polarizing athletes of all time. Each name in this category is a popular public sports figure, has a massive fan base, has had moments of controversy, has garnered universal interest from people, even from those who aren't into sports, has had an impact on the hip-hop culture, receives plenty of media coverage, and lastly, the athlete is excellent at their respective sport. Aight? Fair enough. Without further ado, let's run the scale. Number 12. Serena Williams. First up on our list is the one and only Serena Williams, who announced her retirement from tennis after a remarkable 27-year run. She was a ferocious competitor that dominated the sport, but that domination did not come without her personality boiling over at times. The superstar champion wanted to win so badly that anyone in her path to victory could get it, even the umpires. But that's just the fire in her, and that will never be extinguished. Serena's passion and fashion-forward style was both on full display in every match. Along with her sister and professional tennis player Venus Williams, the siblings took the tennis world by storm and made sports history. Way to go, Queen! Number 11. Deion Sanders. Before he stepped into his current role of head coach prime, Deion Sanders used to be an all-star NFL cornerback. And usually that position is one of the more disciplined and boring roles on a football team, but not for Deion Sanders. Not only was he one of the best cornerbacks ever to touch the gridiron, he was one of the most flamboyant too. Famously known as Prime Time, Deion dabbled in hip-hop music, played professional baseball in the football offseason, and was notorious for his on-field showboating. One thing about Deion Sanders is that he always made sure you respected his talent and ability to deliver results. Number 10. Floyd Mayweather. Highly favored as the best in this era. When he was boxing, he would put on a show. From flaunting his money to publicly insulting his opponents without a flinch, he was commonly frowned upon by some folks for his bravado. But don't ever get it twisted, when Floyd Mayweather talks, people listen. Known for his flashy and nonchalant, yet confident swagger, Floyd retired from professional boxing with a flawless record and numerous titles, so needless to say, he backed up every word. Now you can find the champ brokering business deals and checking the chins of challengers who want to test his latter year skills in exhibition fights. He's still undefeated, by the way. Number 9. Earvin Magic Johnson. Magic is considered one of the greatest point guards in the history of the NBA. He has won 5 championship NBA rings and taken on entrepreneurship in his forced retirement. What many remember about him was that in 1991 he stepped away from b-ball earlier than anticipated because he tested positive for HIV. Magic took his reality in stride and carried on becoming an active role model for decades as a successful family and businessman from the black community. Talk about strength. Number 8. Kobe Bryant. MVP crowd pleaser Kobe Bean Bryant was monumental, not only in the NBA, but in sports period. During his lifetime, Kobe encountered his fair share of ups and downs, and wins and losses, but through it all he maintained his fierce Mamba mentality. Unfortunately, Kobe and his daughter Gianna Bryant died in a helicopter crash in early 2020, which led to a fierce legal battle between his wife Vanessa and the police over leaked pictures of the wreckage. Kobe Bryant may be gone, but his legacy and influence will certainly live on. Number 7. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie is one of the most popular athletes of our time. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that he's always at the center of attention. With his flashy style of play and confident personality, this champion has a way of captivating audiences on and off the court. But it's not just his talent and charisma that make him polarizing, it's his tendency to speak his mind and challenge the status quo. Some people admire Irving for his independent spirit and courage to stand 10 toes down on what he believes in, while others find his position off-putting or even disrespectful. Regardless of where you are on Irving, there's no denying that he's a force to be reckoned with, a true master of his craft. Number 6. Allen Iverson. Nicknamed The Answer, Iverson played much of his career with the basketball team, the Philadelphia 76ers, who drafted him number 1 overall in 1996. But this legend's hoop dreams could have been derailed for good if it wasn't for a Virginia governor's pardon after Iverson was convicted for a maiming by mob charge. With a second chance, AI made the best out of it by going on to be the league's most influential trendsetter. He created a look, lifestyle, and the AI crossover and had plenty of success in the NBA. To this day, Allen is still adored by many like a champion despite his roller coaster career. Number 5. Our next athlete is Dennis Rodman. This dude is the definition of unpredictable. Dennis Rodman was a wild man of the 90s basketball scene with colored hairstyles and run-ins with the law. His spontaneous behavior, off-court affairs, and alternative dress code planted him firmly in our number 5 spot. As a leading rebounder, Dennis Rodman was known for his aggressive playstyle. His antics got under the skin of his opponents like his own rockstar tattoos. So you would rather have Dennis Rodman on your team than to play against him. Just ask MJ. Number 4. Mike Tyson. Mike was a phenomenal boxer between the 90s to 2000s. Known as Iron Mike, he dominated his sport with powerful performances in the ring and suffered some L's outside of it. He had numerous assault charges, but the biggest battle he faced was with drugs. Mike said for many of his fights he was high on coke, especially the fight where he bit off the ear of Evander Holyfield. However, since then, Mike Tyson has made himself a transformational success story by settling down, sharing his knowledge, and being the face of several Tyson-branded businesses. He is one of a kind, and we love him for that. Number 3. Michael Jordan. Air Jordan is one of the greatest hoopers ever. For many, he is the GOAT. But more than that, he is the original icon of basketball. Mike is what you would call an extreme competitor. Although he has been the subject of criticism on several topics related and unrelated to sports, MJ is recognized and celebrated all over the globe. His Jordan brand with Nike has been an influential staple in hip-hop fashion since it came out in the mid-'80s. After winning 3 chips, Michael became so accustomed to the top, he decided to leave a championship-caliber basketball team in 1993 to play minor league baseball. To no surprise, that experiment was short-lived. Subsequently, Jordan returned to the NBA, allowed his old rival Dennis Rodman to join his Chicago Bulls along with Scottie Pippen, and they won 3 more consecutive NBA Finals together, totaling 6 for Michael. Now that's winning personified. Number 2. LeBron James. Now you might be saying to yourself, how is LeBron James polarizing? That depends on perspective. Weird saying, how is he not? Think about it. Aside from LeBron being either number 1 or the first ever on so many basketball stat lines, James has spoken out on a lot of black community-related issues and even spearheaded protests in the wake of injustice in America. Not everybody agrees with his actions, but that doesn't stop him. Some take issue with LBJ because his celebrity reaches across continents. His connection with the hip-hop culture is strong, and you can tell he knows what's up. Bron is cool, brave-hearted, and considerate. And he is doing this all while showing what a 21st century leader of a black family looks like. Salute, King. Keep pushing. Number 1. Muhammad Ali. Ali is the quintessential athlete. His well-documented record is 56 wins, with 37 knockouts and 5 losses, but his boxing career is unrivaled in terms of events and occurrences. Born Cassius Clay in 1942 in the state of Kentucky, his beginning was rough just like any black youth would be in America during those times. Thankfully, that upbringing produced a laser-sharp, intelligent, charismatic, brave young man who would raise up and send iconic vibrations through the world, especially the United States. As an adult, Clay changed his name to Muhammad Ali after his conversion to Islam. Many people did not want to acknowledge the change, but Muhammad made them. That same faith was also the main reason Muhammad Ali refused to be drafted into a war against the Vietnamese. As a result of his belief, Ali was stripped of his heavyweight title and sentenced to a bid in prison. Although he avoided incarceration after paying a bond and appealing the verdict, he was still denied the opportunity to earn money from boxing for 3 years. However, in the 1970s, Ali came out of exile and ultimately regained the heavyweight championship 2 more times in the next 7 years by defeating younger, ferocious opponents like Joe Frazier and George Foreman. In the latter part of Mr. Muhammad's career, he showed signs of slowing down tremendously before being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease during his retirement. The condition limited Ali's ability to speak and move as he used to, but it was too late because the work that he had put in during his earlier days was too loud and truthful to ever be silenced or forgotten. Some godly way, Muhammad Ali always wins in the end. Congratulations to our top 12 polarizing athletes of all time. Their ability to navigate through celebrity without compromising too much of who they are is what really makes them special people. You know, they say being an athlete in America at the professional level is considered one of the most demanding careers anyone can dedicate their life to. Through the good times, the bad, and the ugly, these people have managed to leave a long-lasting impression on spectators across the world. Truth be told, millions relate to these top 12 gamers. They may or may not be your favorite, but one thing that can't be taken away from them is their greatness. So all in all, thanks for the memories. A few more top-notch names come to mind for this category. Magnetic, much publicized ones like Ric Flair, Shaquille O'Neal, Antonio Brown, Brittany Griner, Tom Brady, Terrell Owens, Ray Lewis, John Jones, Odell Beckham Jr., Rob Gronkowski, Ron Artest, aka Meta World Peace, Chad Ochocinco, Michael Vick, and Charles Barkley. If you made it this far, we'd like to thank you for watching the whole video. We're curious to hear your thoughts on this category. Tell us your most memorable sports figure too. Before you slide, hit the subscribe button and give Kulture Scale a follow on social media so you can catch all the upcoming releases we've got planned. That's Kulture Scale with a K on all platforms. Also, as a token of our appreciation, we've put up the dopest music for you to listen to for free on kulturescale.com. Stop by and catch some vibes. Aight? Cool. Stay free, my friends. We'll see you next time. Respect.